Hello. A little video. I got my bottle B117 today. This is the newest bottle in Orosoma. It's called Pan. Sure, if I hold it there you can see it best. Turquoise over red. So I just wanted to say a few words about my thoughts about it. I'm no longer an Orosoma teacher. This is not official, just my thoughts. And in a way that's the point, because this bottle was born just hours, less than a day, after I came to the point when I realised I couldn't look back to the past anymore and I had to step into my future. And my future is working with another system than Orosoma. But the fact that this is such a fitting synchronicity made me want to say something about this. So, turquoise red. Colour combination I never thought would appear. The reason I say that is because the turquoise, the master of the turquoise, let's say, Mahakochan, the greater teacher, as it appears in the Orosoma sequence, is the only master who said never to have incarnated. And so red, which is the red of incarnation, of grounding the turquoise master, I never thought that would happen. But if I think that turquoise and Mahakochan, I'm going to put the bottle down for a second now, is about the spirit of inspiration, because turquoise, the common meaning of turquoise is to help you become what you can become. Sometimes the word individuation is used, which is a term from Carl Jung, the psychotherapist, psychologist. And it's this idea that we are constantly in a process of becoming. Our tendency at times is to try and stay fixed. This is me, and we know ourselves through our identity. However, in reality, life changes, we change, and so we evolve through time. We evolve in relation to circumstance. And you could say that we evolve in relation to the seed of our potential as a soul. And I think that's the element I want to focus on most here. Because Mahakochan would be working from the deepest level of the spiritual world. If you placed Mahakochan into the tree of life, which is a pattern that's often worked with Orosoma, then it would be in the kind of the most spiritual part of the tree, on the side of the universal mother. And in a way, you see the mother, the principle of the mother, is what gives us the opportunity to be born into this world, and that connects us to the red. So the spirit of individuation, the spirit of what we can become, bringing us to earth, I would say that is what B117 turquoise red is about. On that note, there are two further things that I would say, interesting stories. The first is when I picked up the bottle. I always like to look for a synchronicity when the first time a bottle is born, or when it comes into my hands. I'll hold it on this side again so I can get my act together. When the first moment I come into contact with the bottle, normally I take a photo. Today I'm going to make a video, but when I was buying the bottle from Orosoma, which is actually next door to where I live, I started a conversation with Debbie, the lady who works there and who was selling me the bottle. We started talking about our children. Yesterday, my youngest son Timothy was playing in or supposed to be playing in a football rugby match, and it's something I think he's very good at and he shines at. And he's in a way he shines when he plays sports. And Debbie was saying that one of her grandchildren, also recently has discovered something that he's very good at, which is acting and theatre and dramatics, and that he's had opportunities to perform since then, and on one occasion standing ovations, 30 or so actors who are part of the same play, but he was specifically recognised as having done really well. And that's how I feel about my son Timothy too. And the bigger idea behind that is simply that we're born into this world, we have gifts to share and talents, and to live the life in which you excel, to live the life in which you have to think your spiritual, the path of your spiritual potential, the inspiration of spirit behind, in this case Mahakochan, to help you find your path will be a path at which you can shine in the world. A path that brings you joy and brings those around you joy. Hence, we're talking about our. And then that brings me to another part of my own story, the third part of this presentation thing to you now. Just a day before, less than 24 hours before this bottle was born, I had no idea it was coming. I was giving a talk in Japan. I was in Tokyo at the time, and I was introducing, in fact, the new system that I'm going to be working with from now on. And during that talk, I realized that I just have to let go of the past. I have to let go of Soma and talking about Aurosoma, even if today I'm holding this bottle. But it's really my future, as things stand at the moment, is this new system. And the new system is called Mandala. I'll talk about it in other videos. But I do think that the purpose of Mandala is to help our spiritual self, our soul, to manifest, to be welcomed, to become present in this world and to act in this world. And to that end, I've brought the version, let's say the version of the colour rose, the colour star that Mandala makes. There are many versions of this, by the way. Aurosoma has its own version, the colour rose, but there are plenty of other ones. It's based on the pattern of the seed of life. But this one, you have a colour sun. And there's two things I want to point out to you. That white circle in the middle here, I see that as, I think it's interesting that it's there. This was created before I came to Mandala. But I see that as a stage because my thinking about Mandala as a tool, it's a tool primarily of fragrance and smells. There are oils and sprays, but I think it's designed to welcome the soul to be present in this world, as I say. And I see that white space here as the stage on which the soul in the body will be manifest in the world and act in the world. That's what I intend to do with my new work. I realized I had to let go of the old and move on to the new just hours before this bottle was born. The two children we talked about as I was buying the bottle are both in a situation where they can shine at what they love to do. And I think that's the gift of the new bottle. If we just take it back to colour at the end, turquoise over red again, red for grounding, red for the body, red for action, and turquoise for the spirit of, the spiritual inspiration to become what you can become. And so this bottle is an invitation to become what you can become. Also, with number, I do a lot with number. This is kind of a little thing I thought about, but it's the 117. And sometimes when I have a 3-digit number, I'll think about the 2 on outside as a gateway, so 17, 1, and a 7, with a 1 in the middle. So it's a 1 appearing within the 17. 17 is the troubadour in Aurosoma. It's the one who finds their spiritual path in the world. So now the 1 on the spiritual path is appearing, and that could be 7. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll be making more videos, especially about the new system Mandala, which I'll be working with, but I thought you might like to hear this as well. Best wishes, and until next time.